Pancreatic cancer kills 90% of patients within 5 years. Not because the cancer is untreatable, but because by the time we find it, it has already won. Until now, the pancreas sits deep, hidden behind other organs, invisible to routine checkups. There are no early warning signs, no pain, no visible changes. Most patients are diagnosed at stage 4, when surgery is no longer an option, when chemotherapy can only buy weeks, not years. For decades, medicine had no answer. Screening was expensive, unreliable, reserved only for high-risk patients. And so the numbers never changed, until an AI model looked at something no human doctor thought to examine. In early 2025, a research team fed an AI system something unexpected, not MRI scans, not CT images, standard blood protein data, the kind taken in routine checkups worldwide. The model found patterns, invisible to the human eye, microscopic protein shifts that begin occurring in the body up to 3 years before a tumor becomes detectable by conventional imaging. 3 years. In medicine, that is not a small advantage. That is the difference between a surgery that removes a localized tumor and a conversation about palliative care. The AI's accuracy in early-stage detection reached levels that stunned the research team. And in parallel, the FDA fast-tracked approval for daraxonrasib, a targeted drug that only becomes effective when cancer is caught early. The two breakthroughs arrived at exactly the same moment. Here is what the model actually does. When cancer begins forming, even years before a tumor is visible, the body's protein expression changes subtly. Certain proteins rise, others fall. The ratios shift in ways that carry a signal. Previous AI models looked for tumors, physical masses in imaging data. This model looks for the biological preconditions of cancer. It reads what the body is quietly saying long before the body starts screaming. Think of it this way. A seismograph doesn't wait for the earthquake to detect danger. It reads the tremors beneath the surface, the signals that come before. This AI is medicine's first seismograph for pancreatic cancer. If this kind of science matters to you, subscribe to MedPulse. Every week, we decode the breakthroughs that are quietly rewriting medicine. Hit the subscribe button now, and don't miss what's coming next. Let's put this in perspective. Pancreatic cancer is one of the leading causes of cancer-related death in the Western world. Survival rates have barely moved in 50 years. Not because research stopped, but because the disease always had a head start. This discovery doesn't just improve detection. It restructures the entire treatment timeline. Patients who were previously diagnosed at stage 3 or 4, with near-zero survival odds, could instead be identified at stage 1, where 5-year survival rates jump from under 10% to over 80%. That is not incremental progress. That is a category change, and the implications extend beyond pancreatic cancer. Researchers believe the same protein pattern methodology could be adapted for ovarian cancer, lung cancer, and aggressive brain tumors, all of which share the same fatal flaw. They hide until it's too late. But here is what the headlines are not telling you. This model has been validated on large datasets, but it has not yet completed large-scale clinical trials across diverse populations. Protein expression can vary by genetics, diet, and geography. What works in one cohort may not translate perfectly across all groups. The researchers know this. The next phase of trials is designed specifically to test that generalizability. Additionally, access remains a challenge. The infrastructure to run these AI diagnostics at scale does not yet exist in most healthcare systems. The science is ahead of the delivery mechanism. That gap will close. It always does. But it is important to understand where we actually are versus where the technology is heading. Medicine has always moved in decades. Drugs take 10 years. Trials take 5. Adoption takes another 10. But AI is collapsing that timeline. What used to take a generation is now taking months. And pancreatic cancer, one of medicine's most stubborn enemies may have finally met its match. If this video gave you something to think about, subscribe to MedPulse and share this with someone who needs to hear it. The more people understand what's coming in medicine, the better prepared we all are. If an AI could read your blood today and tell you what's coming in 3 years, would you want to know?